Hey guys, how's it going? Another day, another video. Today's a little different. We're heading over to my buddy Mark's place and we're gonna check out some new machines. We're gonna check out a new side-by-side being released by Segway, the Segway Villain, and we're also gonna check out some of their snarler ATVs. Segway will be releasing a Villain in a full hybrid model, but the one we're checking out today is gonna be the 1000cc naturally aspirated, non-hybrid, what I would call like essentially their base model side-by-side. So I'm pretty excited to check it out. It's always cool to see new machines. It's kind of a chilly spring day here. It's been really nice the last 2 weeks, but yesterday we got this fluke snowstorm, and today's just a little bit chilly. It's supposed to get nice again the next couple days, but we got our shoot set up for today, so we're gonna make the best of it. No big deal. Well, we'll gear up and it should be good. And yeah, so it'll be cool. It'll be interesting to see a new machine. Today's ride, I mean, we're just gonna get to know the machine, and we're going to just really see what Segway has brought to the table. Segway is a massive company. This video by no means is it sponsored or anything like that. So it's just gonna be an honest opinion of the machine, a walk around, and we'll go out there and we'll get to play with some of the machines and see how they do. So we'll pick up with you soon. Well, we just made it to our destination here. It's about a 2 hour 15-minute drive from my place. Kind of out in the countryside. We're on Mark's ranch here, and we're gonna get the day started in a few minutes. Gonna go hang out for a bit, get everything unloaded, get the gear set up, and then we're gonna go check out these sweet Segway machines. I'm really excited. I already got a kind of glimpse of them driving up. There's a few ATVs parked in one of his barns, but mostly, as you guys know, I'm a side-by-side guy, so I'm really excited to see that side-by-side, the Segway Villain. So that'll be really neat. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoy this video. If you need more information, you can check out the Segway website, and make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and also subscribe to the channel. The goal is to get one of these machines out on the trail with the pack. Today is just an idea of getting around the machine, getting a feel for it, seeing what it's all about, and just kind of taking a first glimpse at it. And then the game plan in the future is going to be to get this machine out for a few days and get it out on one of our rides with all the other machines and see how it stacks up. Hey guys, so we're here. We got the Segway Villain with us from Segwaypowersports Canada. It's the first Segway side-by-side in Canada, and we get a chance to test it out. This is the non-hybrid model. I know a lot of people will be asking about the hybrid and the electric and all that. This is the 1000cc, 107 horsepower NA gas model. I've driven it around a little bit, and you know what? First impressions are pretty good, but let's get out there, let's hit the trail a bit, we'll play around, and we'll see how this thing functions. We'll give it a good shakedown and we'll get you some cool shots. And I'm thinking it should do pretty good. So we'll go out there, we'll have some fun, so enjoy the ride. Aside from that, we've also got these cool ATVs. This is the Segway Snarler. Say hi, Mark.
Hey guys.
Mark here is in charge of what, Canadian distribution for these?
CEO.
Yeah, CEO for Segwaypowersports Canada. And he's been nice enough to let us come out and play on his ranch a little bit and get a feel for these machines. So stay tuned. All right, let's take this baby for a little rip. bit more info on it, this is a 72-inch model. It's handling pretty good, actually. It's definitely set up a bit different than the Razor. We haven't messed with any of the suspension settings. The way it's set up is completely out of the box, so I haven't messed with it. It doesn't have like the clickers on the shocks like the Razor does or the Can-Am. So I gotta look into like how you adjust it and what does what. But so far, my first impressions are pretty decent. I'm not disappointed. The power feels like it should. It definitely feels like it's got that 107 horsepower. Off the bat in the straightaways and stuff like that, it does feel more powerful than like a 900S or a Kawasaki KRX 1000. The Razor 1000 I feel still has, if not the same amount of grunt, maybe a little more. But I'm not disappointed with the power output right now, but we gotta keep testing. The throttle response is nice. It's a cool machine so far. I'm not disappointed yet. I'm keeping an open mind, so we'll see how she holds together. We're gonna do some more technical riding in the next little bit after lunch. For now, we're gonna keep ripping around and trying out kind of like the high-speed handling and agility. I've got it in sport mode. It's got like sport mode, economy mode. It's even got a horn. It's got hazards and turn signals and high beam, low beam, parking lights. It's got this crazy like touch screen that I don't know how to work. Yeah, anyways, all sorts of fancy stuff. It's got a nice digital display here with all the info, attack, a speedometer and all that stuff, and your gauge readout. Everything's like you expect. The seating position is a lot different than a Razor. I would say it's more similar to an X3 seating position than a Razor seating position. You're kind of back more, your legs are out more straight, not like sitting upright like in the Razor. At first it felt weird because I'm used to a Razor, but it is comfortable. I'm 6'4". I got plenty of leg room. The seats slide back and forth. The driver's side has a harness that like goes in and out like this. I was a little disappointed that the passenger side, they cheaped out and they didn't put the retractable harness in. I'm guessing that's an option you can probably add on, and I would definitely recommend it. But I haven't found any huge blaring issues right now. It's got kind of like one of those like 4x4 switches you see on a lot of other machines where you press 4x4 like that and you engage it and then you have your locker. So we're just in two-wheel drive ripping around pretty quick here. And right now, I guess I was talking to Mark and he says there'll be a bunch of accessories coming for these windshields, full doors, stuff like that, things you'd expect. As you see it in these videos, it is 100% completely stock, out of the box, haven't touched a thing. So let's keep ripping. Still on? Yeah, nice. Gotcha.
Yeah.
This thing feels fun. The suspension actually works really good. The way it rides and the plush feel of it, set up from the factory like this, really reminds me of like the way the KRX feels in this type of riding. But it definitely has more power to get up and go than the KRX. Suspension-wise, it feels really similar to like a Razor, like a Razor XP 1000. I'm really happy with the suspension, and I'm more than satisfied with the power output for this type of riding. We'll see how it does in the technical stuff when we go crawl. We'll see how the four-wheel drive works. But for this wide open mid to high range stuff, I'm having a lot of fun, and the machine feels well planted. I almost rolled it over a little bit, turning around on the throttle. It's got low air pressure, and it just kind of tipped up on two wheels like they tend to do. But I kind of just let off the gas and let it kind of get itself. It landed back down. You can really feel it's planted well, even flying through the air like kind of sideways and landing funny. The 72-inch width and the suspension really soaks it up. There's no rebound, like it doesn't bounce up on you or anything. It feels nice. I keep saying I'm not disappointed. I'm at the level of saying I'm satisfied. I'm not mind blown, but I'm really happy so far. I don't want to go and say it's awesome or something like that until we get a bit more seat time and really figure it out in the other areas as well. How does it look from the outside?
Looks awesome.
Looks awesome? Does it look cool when it's like lifting there?
Cool, yeah.
I don't think I'm actually getting much air, but it really feels like the suspension's unloading and then sinking back down really nice. I haven't felt it bottom out yet, which I'm actually impressed. There's a couple times I thought it was going to bottom out and it didn't. So the suspension's dialed in well. I haven't really felt it heat soak yet too much, but we got to keep testing. We got to keep playing. This is what it's all about. got dirty. This thing doesn't keep much mud out. This reminds me of driving a YXZ through the mud. Everything ends up on you. I mean, realistically, when you hit a puddle like that in anything, it ends up in you, but whatever. I got my fin trail on. I think she needs a rinse.
before lunch. I hosed it off a little bit with the pressure
Hey guys, so we're done. We had a blast. It was an awesome time ripping around in the Segway Villain, 1000 cc, 72 inches wide, 107 horsepower, 14.5 or something inches of ground clearance, a bunch of suspension travel, and we used every inch of it. I think we got some really cool clips. We got a bunch of mid to high range stuff. We got the wheels off the ground a few times. We played in a little bit of a mud puddle. We took it out, crawling around in the bush a little bit, cut some of our own trail. It did well. It crawled around pretty well. I'd really like to try it a lot more in like a technical trail situation and some hill climbs. But for what we've done today, I really feel it performed well. It comes factory like you see it here. Nothing has been changed. We didn't even mess with the suspension. It felt a little soft today, but it didn't bottom out. I bet if we cranked it up and firmed it up a little bit, put a little bit more air in the tires, it would handle even better on the high speed stuff. But the conclusion of today is I am not disappointed. I'm not gonna go out here and say this thing's awesome, you should go buy one. I'm not gonna go out and say this thing's great. I don't know. The first impression is the power is what I would expect. The suspension is what I would expect. The comfort of the seats and the cabin, it's spacious, it's good. The seating position is comfortable. The visibility out of the machine is good. You can see the front wheel, the rear wheel, all that is great. It comes with a really cool, in-depth kind of like dash setup, the electronics, the touchscreen dash, center console, and the cool instrument cluster, top notch. Really nice stuff, a really nice touch. It's got some neat electronics. You can see, I'm happy with it. For first machine coming out from Segway, I mean, Segway's a big company, but bringing out a machine like this that looks pretty neat and also functions this well, I think we've got a definite player here. Got a chance to ride the ATVs. You see the Snarler ATVs over there. There's two of them right there. There's another two sitting over there and one outside. I'm not really that big of an ATV guy these days. It's been years since I've ridden an ATV on the regular. Today was the first time I rode an ATV for a while. It felt pretty good. I didn't ride it enough to really make a comment on it, but I wasn't disappointed. The 2-up isn't really my style of ATV. You know I'm more of a side-by-side guy. So with age comes a cage, and this thing looks cool. It's got good tires out of the factory. What's it on? Is it on 30s? Yeah, 30 by 10 by 14s. The ATVs and the side-by-sides are coming with beadlock wheels, which is neat. It's got the power steering. It's got everything you'd expect out of a machine. The way you see it here with the mirrors and the roof and the bumpers and the winch, it's all factory. They all come like this. This is a base model. This is the base model for the 72-inch. They will be coming out with a 64-inch, and they'll also be coming out with like a utility machine, as well as a utility machine, which is called the Fugelman, I think. That will be available in a hybrid, and then this thing will be available in a hybrid. This is 107 horsepower in the 1000 cc naturally aspirated setup you see here, and it'll be, I think, 192 or 196 horsepower in the hybrid model with a similar amount of torque. So I mean, we're talking 107 to 190-ish. That's a huge jump in power. It's gonna have hybrid assist, and it'll also have a full battery mode, like an electric mode. If it's 50% charged or more, you'll be able to run full battery, which will be pretty cool probably. Those machines will be coming in the next 2 months or so, I believe. We'll be trying one of those as well. Cool fact, this is the first Villain in Canada. And we were lucky enough to be the first people to really push the bar on this thing and really test it out for a full day. And we got our hands on it before anyone else did. So big shout out to Mark from Segwaypowersports Canada for hooking us up with this opportunity. Thanks a lot. There are dealership opportunities. Mark was saying if you want to become a dealer or pick up the Segway line for your existing dealership, you'll be able to contact Mark and set that up. But as far as everything else goes, the 4-wheel drive seemed to work well. The interior looks good, the seating position's nice. A little dark in here, so I don't know how well you can see, but it's got the triple radius rod rear end, just like a Can-Am Maverick X3 with a trailing arm, very similar. The shock position and all that is very similar to an X3. If you come up to the front, You've got the dual A-arm setup in the front, and that's similar to basically all the machines. It's got a front sway bar in there. It's got a rear sway bar. It's got power steering. It comes with a 3,500 pound winch. In my opinion, 3,500 pound winch maybe could have stepped up their game a bit, but the truth is it'll probably get you out of most of your situations. And I'm guessing if you're doing anything crazy, you're riding with other guys anyways. But yeah, it's got a 3,500 pound winch. It comes with harnesses, 4-point harnesses. The driver's side harness is a retractable harness. I was a little disappointed. The passenger side harness, they cheaped out. They don't give you the self-retracting, they just give you a standard 4-point. The seats are comfortable. You've got a plug there, dual USB, you've got a 12 volt. And if you look in here, the dash plays videos. Look at that, whoa. Yeah, pretty neat, eh? So you got the cool digital display, tells you everything. It's very nice actually. And then you've got a full touch screen center console here. It's big, it's like a big iPad. And it's touchscreen. It also, you can do radio, you can do Bluetooth, you can take your phone calls on it. It's got built-in GPS. It's got a bunch of information on the machine. Like it shows you like a video on how to use it, blah, blah, blah. You skip that stuff. It's still got the screen protector on it from the factory. Yeah, it's got a bunch of features in here. Tutorial system setup. You got like track times, lap times, GPS. You got your phone, you can connect mobile phone. You got music, it's got a radio receiver, it's got Bluetooth music, all sorts of stuff. I don't know if you can play videos on it. It's pretty neat. You've got the whole array of like actually really nice high-end looking switches, hazards. You've got parking lights, you've got high beam, low beam. It's actually got turn signals, which is kind of neat. Pretty much comes with the street legal kit because it's got a horn as well. It's got a horn, sport mode, economy mode. It's got the tilt wheel like the Razor does. Tilt wheel, glove box, all that stuff. It's got an e-brake actually. I didn't use it, but it's got an emergency brake with a handle, kind of like in a car. It's got the most annoying safety system on the market, guaranteed. This is more annoying than the YXZ reverse chime. If you are not on the seat and the key is in, it doesn't even have to be on. The key just has to be in. Most annoying sound ever. And if you put it in reverse, oh, it's not on. In reverse, it does the beep, 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 beep thing. It's brutal. You know what? Aside from testing the roll cage, we tested about just everything else. I almost rolled it over. Don't tell Mark. I was turning around and it just went up on 2 wheels, but it plopped itself back down. I just put my foot off the gas. I'm just like, oh my God, is it gonna go over? And it didn't, thank God. It wouldn't have damaged it, I'm guessing, because it was very slow. It was just some wet grass. The tires hook up good. Yeah, you know, it's got the dual exhaust in the back. It's got these massive remote reservoirs up here. The reservoirs are huge. One thing I'm gonna mention, and I mean, don't hate on me guys, I'm real. You know, when I tell you something and I review something, I'm real. This thing's been washed like twice. All these stickers are already peeling. The other side's even worse. Like it's all peeling off. The stickers on the remote reservoirs are peeling. It's kind of disappointing. I mean, truthfully, I could care less. I know there's a lot of people out there that'll hit this with a pressure washer and blast these stickers off right away because they might not want any writing on it. But yeah, if you're pressure washing this, I guarantee you those stickers are gonna blow off the first time you get close to them. But hey man, that's extra weight reduction. It might be a performance mod. I may be missing something. If you come around to this side, you'll see what I mean. These stickers are already kind of peeling. And I mean, this is a first gen. I'm guessing they're gonna notice this and they're gonna address that. I mean, if they can build a machine like this, then they can address a little issue with the stickers. It's just a visible thing, no big deal. I say this all the time and I don't get it. $22,000, $23,000 machine doesn't come with full doors. I say it about the Polaris as well. Why the hell are you guys sending us full doors? Can-Am Maverick Sports come with full doors. The Kawasaki KRX comes with full doors. A few of the other machines come with full doors. Like what? Like, Really? Imagine how sweet this thing would look and how much cleaner you would be and safer from branches if they just gave you a door bump. It's a freaking piece of plastic, guys, come on. It comes with the roof and all this stuff, but it doesn't come with full doors. Gas is on this side. There's another thingy like that on the other side, and I'm assuming it's there for the plug for when you buy the hybrid model. What else am I missing? I'm gonna take a look under here. I haven't even looked underneath it. Oh, wow. Wow. Guys, it's got metal skid plates from the factory. Wow. Oh man, you can probably hear by my voice. I'm actually impressed. Full underbody skid plate, metal from the factory. I don't know how thick gauge it is, but it sure beats that crap you get on other machines that's all plastic and breaks the first time you hit a log when it's cold out. It's got nice dual tubular trailing arms. The build quality of this machine does look good. Everything's gusseted nicely. The frame looks solid. Everything I've looked at looks well built. The axles are pretty beefy. Yeah, it looks like it's put together well. The fit and finish, it's nice. The interior fit and finish is nice. The seats are comfortable. They don't get soggy and wet. Like all these machines, they could really benefit from a bit of an additional interior storage space, but we're not gonna get into nitpicking. The fact is, most of these machines don't have enough internal storage space. And I mean, I think they just wanna monopolize the space they have for the occupants. I'm 6'4", 180-ish pounds, 185. I fit in here great. Size 14, 15 feet. No issues hitting the gas, the brake pedal, and stuff like that. I've been in other machines where it gets pretty tight between the pedals, wearing boots. This isn't an issue. The seating position in this, I would describe it much more X3-like than Razor-like. In the Razor, you're sitting in a chair, you're more of an upright 90-degree knees bent position. Here, you're almost laying back more. It's more of like a racy setup. Although I feel the visibility out of this machine is much better than the visibility out of a Can-Am Maverick X3, but the seats really do remind me of an X3. And comfort-wise, the seats are very comfortable for a stock seat. I like them a lot. I was really comfortable in it. By the looks of it, here it looks like there's a honeycomb grille that is for the air intake for the engine, and on this side, I'm guessing we got the air intake for the CVT. Similar setup. Back here, we've got a cool thing to mention actually. These machines have a radiator in the front and also have an oil cooler. What you're seeing here, I'm guessing, is the oil cooler. And then in the front, they've got a radiator. You've got the coolant reservoir there. By the looks of it, this is like your rad fill, your rad cap, and then that's your coolant overflow. And then in here, we've got what looks to be the access port to the engine, but oh, it looks like you need to take off 2 or 3 torques to really get to that. It is a twin cylinder, and yeah, we got your oil dipstick here. Everything's pretty easy to access in that situation. I mean, this is nothing fancy. The truth is, like, this is what you would expect out of a machine these days. It has to be easy to get to. It has to be easy to maintenance. It's got a fair amount of bed space. So that, there. It's got a fair amount of bed space. One thing I was thinking it could benefit from is maybe some something to attach a ratchet strap or a bungee cord to secure your loads, but it's a nice deep box. Nothing's gonna slide out of it in that case. The cage looks cool. Like I said earlier, I don't know how well it functions. I don't know anything about the cage. It probably got tested quite a few times, but I don't know how solid it is or not. I think we'll leave that up to the full send guys to test. Woo, it's getting windy. The front end here kind of has that X3/YXZ look with the shock tower here and the shock tower brace. You've got your big remote reservoirs up here for the shocks as well. They're a nice big remote reservoir for the fronts with the adjusters here. I'm not too I don't know the specifics on how many levels of dampening or rebound adjustment are in these. The shocks did feel soft, like I said, but I sent it pretty hard in some whoops and it didn't feel like it was bottoming out. But it does feel like they're probably set somewhere in the middle of their adjustability curve. If I tightened it up, it would probably feel a lot better in the high speed stuff and drifting around. And if I softened it up, it probably would have felt a little more comfortable on the trail, but it felt well overall, in the middle, kind of well balanced. It did feel like it understeers a little bit, but I don't know if that was a mix of tire pressures and suspension settings and the conditions and not knowing the machine. But obviously, if I had some time to sit with it and tweak it and mess around with it at home, I could probably get it a little bit better dialed into my driving style. What else can I tell you? The crawling. I didn't get a good chance to really crawl it and do some technical stuff, but I did feel that the clutch engagement was different than what I'm used to in low. And the way it's clutched for crawling around, I'm having a hard time coming up with a conclusion as to whether I like it or not. I really feel like I need some more seat time, but I did feel that it was trying to slip belt. It definitely slips belt in 4x4 and high if you get it up against the log, but a lot of machines will. In 4 low, I got over a few logs, but I did feel I had to give it a throttle blip to really engage those clutches. But once the clutches engaged and the belt grabbed, it crawled slow really, really good. Better than at first I had expected, but like I'm saying, I really can't make a good statement about the crawlability of it because I didn't get a chance to really test that this time. That's something we'll focus on a little more next time we come out to play with this thing. Needless to say, it worked well. High speed stuff, the clutching, it felt good. The power felt good. It has good mid and high range. It doesn't plateau like some of the other machines do. It's got a nice, good linear power band. Yeah, I think Segway brought something to the table here that's definitely here to compete, and they can definitely hold up with like the Polaris and the Can-Am. It's going to be neat to see them in the real world, but right now my initial impression is they've definitely come to play, and they're not messing around. This machine definitely has what it takes, I think, to keep up on the trail. We'll get this thing out with the rest of the crew, and we'll see how it holds. After what I experienced today, I'm not too concerned about it struggling. I think it should be able to handle all the terrain we ride on a regular basis with the guys at Greg's farm and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's a positive. In conclusion, I'm very happy. I'm not disappointed. It's too soon to say whether it's a win or a loss, but I'm pretty swayed towards saying that, you know what, it's probably going to do pretty well. Like all these new machines, it's got to stand the test of time. I don't care who you are. You need to give it time. You need to get these units out on the market. You need to let people abuse them, and you need to see the weaknesses and the strengths of these machines before you can make a realistic opinion on these. I can't give you a long-term review, or I can't tell you go buy it or not, because it's the first machine in the country. No one's really had any time to test it out and play with it. Let's talk in 3 or 4 months when a bunch of these are out and people have pushed the bar and used them. Let's talk after I get this out for a real ride and see how it does. Until then, wicked start. Great foundation. As far as a first model goes, this is their first release. This is the first edition, the first generation of this platform. Factoring that in, they did a good job. They really did. I can confidently say that. Anyways, I think I've touched on everything that I need to touch on for this review. I hope it helps you guys out a bit. Stay tuned. We'll have some more content regarding this machine and the other lineup, and hopefully you can see it out on the trails soon. And also, hopefully other people will start creating content on this as well, on both the Villain, the Fugelman that's coming out, as well as the Snarler ATVs. I'm sure you'll see more and more of them. I'm starting to see them on social media now, so I'm sure we'll be getting more content real soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Check us out on Instagram and on Facebook. Subscribe to the videos. Check out some of our extended length trail rides and some of our do-it-yourself how-to videos. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Ride safe out there.